All right. Oops, we are live. Oh man, it's gonna be really, really hard for me. Day today. If you got a chance to watch our video from earlier, lean in or you drink the beer. Yeah, we got to watch using words like that because they try to monetize our thing when we mention
anything that YouTube does like.
Yeah. So if you watched our video, we had a good day today. That transmission, I think it's going to work.
At least in forward gears.
Yeah, we didn't test reverse, but yeah, we got the shifter all hooked up on it. It goes through all the gears. It seems like it's going to work just fine. We put it with the wheels up off the ground, put it in gear, and let the brake off, and the wheels went the right direction. So that's a good step.
I think it went the right direction.
It did. I watched on the video. It went the right direction. We weren't paying attention. Yeah, so Lance's bus, we should have it on the road. He's got the seat out of there stuff still too, so we really can't take it for a drive yet. Let's see what you put. Yeah, how does it look? Is the connection okay for everybody? Somebody said there that it's not. Hello from Sweden. Awesome.
Also, when you post questions, post them in all caps, please.
Yes.
Makes it a lot easier for us to find them and read them.
And definitely makes it easier for me to read. So yeah, we're parked like behind the building, but we are using the booster, so it should be okay. Hopefully. Thank goodness for the booster the other day when Kelly and me were, or Kelly and I, is that what I was supposed to say?
Yes.
We're in, I forgot where we were. Southern Ohio. On that 4104. You had to drive 4 miles to go get cell phone service, but with our booster, we were able to download videos. I couldn't really upload very well. It did a great job, that WeBoost booster.
Someone wants us to come fix the bus in Ashland City. That's not very far away.
Yeah, we don't have time. Our schedule is so full right now.
I keep dropping my phone.
Yeah, we don't have any. There's nothing I can do on anybody before Christmas.
So, a little bit of information though. If you want your bus fixed in Ashland City, there's a good chance that I'll be down here permanently next year, so I can get your bus in.
I wonder if I move this closer to the thing. Let's see what it does.
Why didn't you do that earlier when you kept knocking it over?
I don't know. I should have done that. Okay.
Again.
We'll see if that's any better. Yeah, hey, happy Thanksgiving for everybody, too. We are going to have a fun day tomorrow for Thanksgiving, right?
Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
I think so. It's going to be fun. If he's not too crabby, we'll be good. We're going to go look at some property down here in Tennessee that we're thinking about because we're wanting to move down here. So there's some property we're going to go look at. That should be fun. And then when we get back from that,
I'll move.
Tyler and I will be installing... Oh, is it backwards for them too, or just?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. Anyways, the REI, the 360 3D camera system. I posted a link to this before. If you're not familiar with what it is really cool. So you mount. There's 4 tiny little cameras like this that get mounted on the bus, and then it gives you a complete 360-degree view of the bus, kind of like a 3D image of the bus driving down the road. You click on your right turn signal, and then it zooms in on just the right side of the bus, front to back, the whole thing. So you know if you're backing in somewhere, put it in reverse, it gives you a little different view. But it just shows you 100% all the way around the bus, just like you were looking at like a bird's eye view of the bus from the top. So you can back in and park and not worry about damaging your doors. Sage would probably like this on his bus.
I was going to make that comment. It also came with an install kit with a bunch of silicone targets that sit on the ground, collapsible cones to set the height for the 3D on it, angle finders so we can set the angles of the cameras and the angles off of the bus, 100-foot tape measure so we can lay everything out properly. It's a really nice install kit. I was surprised.
There's a lot of digital targets. The calibration of the software, it's pretty involved, but I don't think it's too overly complicated. I've read through the instructions on it, and then I actually talked to one of the engineers at REI today just to kind of go over some questions, and if he asked if I had any questions. But it's about, I think it's like $1,700 for the unit, something like that, in that ballpark range. And I'm really looking forward to having it, and we'll do a complete install video of it when we do it, and then yeah, I'm really looking forward to having it because that way we won't have to have a backup cam, dash cam, all that kind of stuff. It does record too. And I can actually, I'm going to run a HDMI splitter on it and run it to our back bedroom too. So when we're not driving down the road, I can have a 360-degree view of the bus back there. So when we're parked somewhere, you know, every once in a while I hear somebody getting in the bay or somebody messing with the bus, I'll be able to see that. So that's real cool. I did just notice we had a super chat come in.
You gotta grab it. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry. It is from Camden Lake. Thanks for all the work during the videos. Thanks for getting me hooked on buses. Yeah, I'm sorry, Camden, because that can get very expensive. So we'll, again, if you have questions, if you could please type them in all caps. I don't want to say that 50 times tonight, but we'll try and go back through these here. Yeah, and I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. We're gonna, we'll be cooking. Kelly will be cooking on the bus for us tomorrow, probably while we're doing the install of the system and everything. So that should be good. Okay, yeah, I moved the antenna booster antenna closer to the camera, so that should make it better. Yeah, we're looking at places in Tennessee here are pretty cheap, and we don't have personal income tax here or anything. It's I think we're looking at like 11 acres tomorrow, something like that. And relatively, we have different properties we want to look at, and there are all that kind of price range, $20,000 to $30,000, and most of them are pretty good acreage. Happy Thanksgiving from Brazil, Indiana. That's why I had family from Brazil.
I haven't been out there in a while. That's actually where I got the motor from S10. That's the last time I was out there.
Yeah. Michael Lathwood, give us another super chat. $20. Thank you. He didn't post any questions though, so if I try to see your name if you had a question, otherwise I definitely appreciate that too. Yeah, we had a bunch of family from Brazil. Tipton's was the last name. Uncle Punk, Uncle Chuck. Let's see. Trying to read some questions here. Kelly is the best. That is absolutely, that's not a question, but that is a true statement. They love you, Kelly. Any updates on the blue and white 3703 with the 471? No, I hadn't heard anything from them recently. I saw some stuff on Facebook that they had posted, but I think they're working on it still. They didn't. I thought they were going to take it to Burning Man this year, but they hadn't.
That means you're at the bottom.
Have you ever worked on a scenic cruiser? Yeah, there's several of them on my channel.
I'm still waiting to go work on TJ's.
Yeah.
Thought I wanted to try to get that home by now.
So Lance's bus, as soon as he gets this, hopefully maybe he'll come out and work on it some more tomorrow or something. We're going to work on Bill's bus, I think, on Friday. Give Lance some time to finish up getting his interior back together so we can take it for a test drive. But I believe everything is going to be fine in it. We didn't really have any leaks. There was a tiny little drip later in the day. It looks like it's coming from the bell housing, actually. But we're going to try to tighten up a couple more things on there and go from there. But it wasn't bad. It was like it sat there all day. It's not under pressure. We tried to tighten up some bolts on it, and it could have just been what was there earlier in the day that just was running down off of the cross member and stuff. So, but yeah, everything, we're going to put the muffler back on it and just a few more things. But as soon as he gets it done, it's ready. You guys have any questions about Lance's bus or Bill's bus? That's going to be the Eagle. I think it's a 1990 Eagle, and it's had a roof raise. It's got 2 slides in it, and it has the hydraulic fan, 6V92T. Might be a TA. I'm not positive, but we're going to pull the radiator out of it, and we're taking the hydraulic fan off, and we're changing it to a miter box driven, belt driven fan system. So there's going to be some welding and some frame work that needs to be done, and it's not just a bolt-on conversion piece, so it's going to have a little bit of thinking involved in it.
I think it's not going to be too bad. We need to get everything out of the way, get everything cut out and moved out of the way that we need.
There's a lot of stuff in the way.
It's not going to be too bad.
Coolant pipes.
I'm hoping
hoses.
that those don't need a lot of work done to them. I mean, I know we're going to have to notch that back rail and re-weld it back in, that rear upper support behind the radiator.
It's all steel tube construction, square tube, so yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to try to scroll back through questions here. I don't know if I saw any that went down there. Oh, what did I just do? Sorry. Lance said he cleaned tonight, just finished. It's like a hospital, no leaks. Good. Yeah, Yeah, when I went in there this morning, if you saw in the video, there was like a big puddle under the transmission. I was like, oh no. It didn't leak anything. We were in there for like probably 2 hours after we filled it last night, and there was nothing. And then we come in the morning, and there was oil on the floor. Lance might have just poured it on the floor to mess with us.
He's not going to waste that much transmission fluid.
Lance was really. He's like, how nervous was Lance before the first start? Lance was very nervous before the first start. Now all of a sudden he starts coming up with ideas of things he forgot to do. Like, did I disconnect that, or did I hook that back up, or was this time? I'm like, yeah, I think you're okay. He was concerned about a coolant line. I'm like, we already filled it with coolant. If there was a coolant line off, we would have noticed. It would have been all over the floor. How much would a running Silversides go for? What would you pay? Like, depending on how good a shape it's in, 5 to 15,000 probably.
Is that Roll King that's just sent you a text message?
That was Roll King.
How the hell do you get on the text message list for Roll King?
I don't know. You sign up to their best customer program or something.
I'm not a part of that. I should be, I feel like.
They're always sending me stuff, yeah. I love Roll King. If you don't, I don't, it's not in every state, but it's definitely.
Yeah, I'm a little personally attacked.
Right down the road.
Icon, don't do that. Just
PPO. PTO used to drive a air conditioning compressor on some whatever install it was with before.
I pulled it there.
No, it was already out.
Oh.
That's why it had water in it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Help me replace the tracks on my half track. I've never done that, but it sounds like fun.
I would go do that. Is it indoors? If it's indoors, we'll do it.
Is there a reason to change the fan, or did it fail? His hydraulic fan has leaked hydraulic fluid out probably 5 times. We've replaced the pump in it twice. Eagle only did it for like 2 years or something like that, and everybody who has it always has a problem with it, so it's a big pain in the butt. And he's already spent more money trying to repair the system than it would have been just to get it to change it to something else. The air shifter? Oh. That's the stone. Oh.
It's slants.
Oh.
Just making fun of him for not spelling it right.
He's asking where did the air shifter get their power from? Because this one went full on OCC on me.
You weren't listening.
You weren't listening. We're gonna start again.
I was trying to explain how it worked, and then I said I'm just gonna draw a diagram because it was.
I didn't need a diagram. I was confirming that we were adding the power up front to that. And he's saying, no, power comes from the back. And I said, okay, fine, go show me where the power comes from.
No, it goes to the back, and it grounds through the stone Bennett.
That's exactly what I said before I asked him.
That's not how you said it, though. Maybe what you were trying to get at, but that's not what
What was really funny is that Tyler said, I used to watch that show and wondered how they always argued like that. I'm like, Lance was cracking himself up. He's like, you guys okay? All better now?
It only takes a couple minutes. I actually was getting ready to draw the diagram. I'm like, shut up or I'll draw it on you. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. He wasn't really mad. And go.
Thanks, Lance.
There's a Silversides for 8K, empty for sale in Rowan, Indiana. Yeah.
Wait, where?
Sorry about that.
Anyway, I think Rowan, Indiana. Make sure that you can always check those on anything before you try to start it. And if it hasn't ran in a while, it's been sitting forever, it doesn't hurt to keep a CO2 fire extinguisher nearby, because you can spray that in the intake and it will kill it without filling it with powder.
Not a powdered fire.
Yeah, no.
All the time. I get like 10 miles to the gallon on the highway, and in the city I get like 3 miles to the gallon.
Sad part is it's the same as quarter-ton pickup.
Yeah, I try not to go through the cities very much.
Yeah, stoplights cost like, what, $5?
I know, that's why I kind of roll through some stop signs sometimes.
Allegedly.
It's buffering badly again. It doesn't like where we're parked at next to the building.
I don't think you can get that any closer to the phone or it's going to touch it. We're not talking. We probably should stay talking so they can tell if it's working or not. If we just sit quietly staring at them, they don't know.
I was trying to read some questions there.
Oh.
Yeah, we're right next to the building. Normally I'm before too, but
I feel like
bus. But now that we're parked next to this building, my cell phone doesn't work at all on the bus without the booster on.
Go to the bottom.
Okay. Is it working any better right now?
Well, someone said we're back.
Okay. Well, yeah, but that might have been... Okay. Well, we'll try it. If it gets really bad, we're gonna we'll stop it, and maybe tomorrow night I'll park up a little further once we move the bus, and then it'll work. We can do another live later in the week or whatever. Okay. Well, hopefully we can deal with it. Yeah. If you guys have any questions about Lance's project, feel free to ask. We'll try to.
Any of Lance's projects.
Yeah.
We weren't talking. It's fine.
Yeah, the live from the bus, Lance, is really weird because my camera doesn't do, it has image stabilization, and when you do live, the image stabilization does not work on it. So that's very strange. I saw we had Nomadic Tech, another internet swear jar bonus there. Thank you.
I used a lot of those today.
I don't know what kind of antenna I have. It's just a regular antenna, I guess. I don't know.
Whatever comes with the kit.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably missed the PTO question. I did answer that.
They drive an air compressor on a transit usually.
For air conditioning. Yeah.
I guess I have to specify which air compressor.
Well, it's a compressor, not an air.
Air conditioning compressor.
There you go.
Still a compressor for,
Yeah, we're going to go get that 4104 going again. And hopefully we can get it back to North Carolina, which is where we're heading.
Quit touching their names.
Sorry.
Go right.
Sorry. Yeah, his bus is basically ready for a drive. He's got to get his stuff back. We got one wheel to put back on it, a muffler to put back on it.
That's optional.
Yeah, just it's not optional. that would not be good publicity for Lance to drive that thing around.
It doesn't
Nashville.
have the name on it yet.
Hey Lance, how's your checkbook? This week hasn't been too bad. We haven't put in long days or anything. We've just been kind of taking it easy, getting things together back there. And my upcoming 6, 7, and 9. Yeah, he wants to MC everything. He wants to.
We actually thought he bought another bus when he went out for parts the other day. We weren't sure for about an hour.
Can we tell the story about how Lance got into the bus business? Can we tell that story, Lance?
That's a good one.
I'll wait to get Lance's permission on that before I answer it, or before I tell the story. Or maybe not. Maybe I should just start telling it. Oh, somebody says it's not working again.
Lance says go for it.
Lance says go for it. Okay. So after Lance bought his third bus,
Yeah.
was that it? His wife saw it and then said, "Hey, no more buses unless you find a way to make money with these things." And Lance started a bus business.
And then bought a fourth one.
Now he's got 4. But he still hasn't made any money yet.
He's close. He's really close.
Sorry, Lance. He's going to make money soon.
Next week?
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. Poor Lance's wife.
I don't know if it's poor Lance's wife or poor Lance sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, I never really mentioned it on video, but one of Lance's, well, first of all, today and yesterday especially, Lance wrote a musical, a bus Grease Monkey musical, which he was dancing, singing, and performing. And I didn't record it, but maybe he'll do part of it for us.
The swear jar will need to be reset.
Yeah. He was like, everything that was happening, he was turning it into a song. It was very, very funny and very entertaining for us.
It was hard to breathe a couple times.
It was really good. He definitely has a great sense of humor about it. Who got more bus now? I don't know what they're asking. All in good time. Maybe I got to read things in order on here to understand things. Again, if you type a question, please do it in all caps because that really stands out for me. It's fun to be able to work on. We got ooh. Is it Dean Gary Deane? Dean. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what that says.
Sorry, I don't want to mess up your name. I'm horrible with names, especially if your parents spell it a little bit funny. Then I really get bad.
Well, there's Lance saying that he did have a event scheduled last week for one of the buses, but something came up where they weren't ready to go yet.
They didn't have the commercial insurance set yet, but he is all set with that now. So he can now take. They had to get the DOT inspections first before they would even give him a quote for the insurance prices. I don't understand. Insurance companies are very, very weird. And then because he told him he had 3 buses, he only wanted to insure 2 buses because the third one's not ready, not gonna be ready for a couple months. So he didn't want to carry the commercial insurance on it because it's crazy expensive. It's like I'll just Lance just. I don't know, but yeah. So, what do you say? Yeah, that's Lance is naming some of his lyrics there.
It's in my eye, and that's it. I quit. That was so funny yesterday.
It was.
I don't know why we're laughing like this.
You had to be
Hearing
there.
Lance sing for 2 minutes, that's it. I quit. While working on the bus.
Oh man, I can't remember what some of the other ones were now, or at least the ones that I can say. We don't have enough money for the swear jar to name some of the songs, but
They were pretty good though.
oh my gosh. Dean with an E on the end. So okay.
Yeah.
So Dean. It's still just pronounced Dean?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what that means.
I'm really slow. I didn't know. Dean with an E on the end would be Dean and then a long E, like Dean E. I don't know.
No, it's just you're saying it's Dean. There's just another letter.
Got it. So yeah, a schedule coming up is going to be crazy. We are going from here to work on that Cracker Box truck. That should be fun. It's got a 6V71 in it. It hasn't run in 20 some years. That farm truck, and we're gonna get that going. I think it's a grain truck. We're gonna get that running, and then from there we're going back to Ohio, and we're praying that the weather is decent. Get that 4104 going, get spring brakes on it, get the brake issue solved on it. And then from there, we're going to go to North Carolina with that bus. We're going to rebuild an 8V92 in a Bluebird Wander Lodge. And then from there, we're going to hopefully go get Tyler a Silversides. And then if there's time, we're going to go to Jeans and then put the power steering on my bus and then be home for Christmas.
Yeah.
Did I say everything?
I believe so.
I think that was everything. And then I'll have to scroll back if there were some comments or questions on here. I have no idea what that pump on that 4104 is for.
Apparently I missed something in that video then. I don't know what he's talking about.
There's an extra pump on the motor that's disconnected. I have no idea what it's for. It's like...
Is it a manual still?
It is, but that transmission has an internal pump. So it would look like a transmission type pump, but it's not on a 4104. It's not that.
Would anything have a 671 with an external transmission?
Not that
They would
I've
swap
ever
it from?
seen. No, I don't know. And it's disconnected, so I don't know what it is.
Okay. We're gonna make a block off plate for it like we did here. Take it off then?
Probably, yeah. Or just pull the gear out, pull the gear drive 2 thing out or whatever and put it back on. For now, when I ran it there, I squirted oil in it each time, and then it was fine. I didn't want to burn it up.
It actually does still do something though?
I have no idea. I just did it so it was lubed. Oh, somebody's having a vegetarian Christmas or Thanksgiving. They invited us. Yeah, we're gonna be busy. We got to install that camera and everything too. But thank you for the invite. We appreciate that. coming to Washington. Is that Washington State? Somebody's asking me. It's not on my schedule right now, but I mean we're out there
Just
close.
assume they mean Washington State. Anytime, like I would never assume DC out of
Yeah,
that.
nobody's gonna have me a bus. Well, although somebody wanted me to come to the DC area last year, and it was too crazy, traffic and everything. I didn't want to do it. Yeah, he did get a great deal on that V730, but he paid quite a bit to have us put it in because he had to track down some other parts, the flywheel and that
We didn't
other.
have to track down the flywheel. We had the flywheel.
Well, he had to track it down through me, but yeah.
I got to be home for like a day and then had to shoot right back down here to deliver the flywheel.
Yeah, I don't think there would have ever been a different transmission in that 4104 because the 4106 transmission is totally different. It's got a double clutch discs and
Is a 4104 transmission like a Silversides or anything like that, or is it on its
it's
own?
similar to a Silversides. Yeah, it's the inside the belt housing attachment on it is a little bit different, but the interior guts of it are the same. So you can rebuild a Silversides transmission by using parts from 4104
Is it-
transmission.
Silverside a single disc clutch,
Yes,
so the 4106 is the first dual.
yes.
I think that's the one I ever had the clutch out of when Chevy's bus broke the flywheel. Not the flywheel, the
That had double
clutch
clutch.
disc. Yeah.
Yeah. AV71, why did the idle screw need to be backed out of the rack control? Rods were disconnected working on a 4001. Sorry if this came through twice. It disappeared. I didn't see it before. Why does the idle screw need to be backed out if the rack control rods are disconnected working on a 4501? If you're setting the governor, if you're running the rack, you can't have anything putting input on it, and that buffer screw will push it forward just a little bit, and you don't want it to do that because that's actually giving it input, and you need to feel it without it if that's what he's asking. There is a power steering pump right above that looks totally different, so that's not the power steering pump on there. It has a power steering pump and it is hooked up on that 4104.
Hey, my video posted.
Enjoy seeing the old iron being rescued. Me too. I enjoy rescuing it. Yes, Tyler. TJ. Yeah, we were just talking about your Cena Cruiser. We got to get that thing back on the road. It's been way off the road way too long, TJ.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get it done before like Christmas, get it back to your house, but now I won't be home till Christmas.
Nomadic Tech wants to know, when do the plasma cutter shirts come out?
Give us a few days.
Is everybody being good, Kelly?
Yep.
Okay, good. 12V92 TT, make it over 1,000 horsepower. They're using, it won't fit in my bus though.
The cooling system in a bus is what holds us back and be able to make power like we can in a truck or stationary.
Yeah.
Or
Well, you could do
offshore.
it. You could do it, but that's why we don't. Oh shoot! It just jumped ahead on me.
I don't think it did.
I saw like $200 of Transcend on the ground. Technically, it was probably about 30 to 50 cents of Transcend. It wasn't a lot.
I'm betting that was more than $1.
You think? It wasn't very much.
Remember when I told you to not pour faster in the funnel because it leaks?
Oh, that was a few drops. I was joking about how much that was going to cost. Favorite brands of oil, it just needs to be CF2 rated. I don't want to get into the brand fight. I use anything that's CF2 rated, straight 40 weight. And then I like to throw a little magic stuff in mine too. So
Magic stuff.
like
Might as well just tell them what it is. The sticker is on your bus.
they know what it is. If they watch me, they've seen me put it in there.
It's Hyperlube.
I like it. It's slimy. Plasma cutter. Don't ask. There's somebody on here who's always telling me to buy a plasma cutter, and he's very annoying.
Is he still on here though?
I don't know. Did we get rid of him?
We might have.
And we're gonna add. We only have 200 watts of solar right now, but we're gonna add like another 1,000 watts of solar this year. That's on the plan, and we're gonna go with better house batteries and stuff like that too. Whose idea design was it for the bumper stickers?
The Service by Bus Grease Monkey ones.
I don't remember. We did that when we were at Sean's place.
Do you still have those?
I think yeah, Kelly laid it out. I don't remember whose idea that was though.
Are they in the Teespring store?
No,
Why are,
Sean's.
yeah, it was Sean's idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
why are those not on the Teespring? Oh, because you didn't service them though.
yeah, Kelly was gonna wear a shirt though that said "Service by Busker Bunny."
Nice.
I was. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jack said we only got 96 likes, but now we get 113. 400 people watching. They don't all like us. It's okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
What?
I did not click on a name.
I know, but you need to scroll so
It
you're
doesn't
not hitting.
see. It doesn't scroll over there.
Oh.
I have to be on them.
Mine does. Blame you.
How often do you guys work on 87 boat engines? Almost never.
We will though. At least I will.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of time, and I enjoy working on buses, but I will work on boats too. Yeah, it's expensive to put gas in them. Somebody's talking about filling the thing up. How many buses does Lance have? He has 4
For now.
for now.
So they don't have an MC6. Do they want to sell them?
Yeah, he is looking for an MC6. He definitely wants a 6. That's going to be the hardest one for him to find. Especially if it's a custom coach conversion. If there's a custom coach conversion MC6, call Lance.
Or if there's an MC6, he has somebody who can make it match a custom coach.
Yeah. Lance. Yeah, I don't know why. See, why somebody's telling me not to get the LiFe PO4, whatever, however you're supposed to say it, the lithium ion. That's what I'm probably looking at doing. Like some, there's a couple different companies I've been looking at. I'm behind on everything here. Well, 1,000 watts of solar pool. It'll probably, yeah, you'll run it. Well, especially if you're off of a bigger battery bank, 1,000 watts of solar will run a microwave, especially if it's charging the battery and you have enough batteries to do it. But they are high load like that because you're never going to get 1,000. If you have 1,000 on there, it's never going to be optimally aimed and at the peak part of the day and all that. So you really got to figure you probably only get like 500 watts off of it during the day. And then if you play it safe like that and you have enough battery bank, so. But we go 5 days unplugged.
Pneumatic tech.
Oh, another Lance has fallen. It's a service by Bus Grease Monkey sticker. Drained by Bus Grease Monkey. I forgot what I was saying now. Sorry, I had to laugh. Yeah, but the batteries and the solar, they'll just help us to keep things going when we're on the road. But we run our fridge and everything right now just with that 200 watts of solar. We go like 5 days running the water pump and that kind of stuff.
Someone just asked if you've worked on a 53 series. I think your most popular video is on a 53 series.
Yeah, that one's got like 1.4 million views or whatever.
51 series now. I'd like to try to work on one of those. I don't know if there are actually any around.
And to be fair, somebody just was saying about not having any sympathy for Lance because he can afford four buses. He's got really good deals on his buses. His first one was probably he paid way more than he did for any of the other ones. But the one bus, I think, what did he buy it for $1? Is that what it was?
The 96A whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he bought it for $1. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So
Scroll the other way. Okay.
I'm not sure where I was just at. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of.
I don't know. I just saw someone asking how you found this bus.
I think they were asking about how he found yours.
I'm
Oh,
assuming they
there's
mean
where
this
we're at.
one.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, his MCI 5 is really sweet.
The paint, the vinyl, all of it just turned out perfect.
Yeah, he got a vinyl wrap on the back of it now for the holidays too to promote the business. It looks really cool. how did you find your silver sides? I'm not sure if he's asking about my silver sides or Tyler's. Mine, I just found somebody listed it for sale. The widow of a, I guess that's all I need to say is the widow, listed it, and she didn't really know anything about it. We didn't even know how to put it in reverse or any of that kind of thing. We went and got it, and it hadn't been running years, and it was filled with crap. And Kelly was shocked that I didn't like clean it out before we drove it home because there was literally garbage in it. And I don't know if have I ever told the story about the refrigerator? Have I done this on a live?
I don't know. Or the story about you finding first gear on a hill.
Well, that was bad too. We won't tell these stories.
We need to tell these stories. So the refrigerator had food left in it for years.
Meat.
Yeah. Like, he was wearing a respirator that he was soaking the filters with Febreze to be able to clean it out. And from the start, Mom just said, throw it away, buy a new one. But he wanted to try to like clean that one out and use
I'm
it.
like, no, it looked really nice. It
How many
just
days did
smelled
you
horrible. We never opened the fridge. When we bought the bus, we had never opened the refrigerator. We drove it all the way home, never opened the fridge, never even considered it. Thank goodness we didn't, because the very second after I got home, I opened that refrigerator, I wanted to throw up. It was the most putrid, nasty. Just imagine meat in a fridge had been unplugged for years. It was so disgusting. And Kelly's like, just throw that thing out. It's always gonna smell bad. Or whatever. I'm like, no, I can clean it out. It was a nice like stainless steel fridge. I'm like, it's gonna be nice. So I spent hours cleaning it outside, just fighting the urge to not throw up the whole entire time. And then I plugged it in and it didn't work. that was bad.
Like, the first night we stayed on this bus on the way home, we stopped and spent quite a bit of money at Walmart to buy like cleaning supplies and sheets and stuff to cover stuff so we didn't have to touch it.
We didn't dare want to lay on anything without clean sheets on it. Couch, bed, any of that. It was horrible.
You're lower than that still, I think.
I'm sorry, I keep getting lost where we're at. If I skip your questions, I really don't mean to do it. I have a 2,000 watt inverter on it, and it'll run my microwave and everything off of that. And we have 1,500 amp hours of lead acid batteries on here for the house system. So, did Lenny have the Greyhound logo on both sides of the bus? Eventually, I'm going to get it on there. I've got the dogs cut out at home on aluminum. I just got to get a vinyl sign cutter to cut me some vinyl to stick on them. I mean, maybe making my own batteries is something that I've considered too. With the, what are those batteries? Like in my flashlight, the
18650.
18, yeah.
I really don't think it's a good idea for you to start playing around with 18650 cells on your own.
Well, I've watched videos, duh.
I'm well aware, but I don't think most people don't realize the power potential of an 18650 cell. It's a little bomb in your pocket.
I know. That's why I just wanted to buy the ones that are already done with those basically on the inside of them.
Yeah, but those things are dangerous little batteries.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're trying to get some. But they're right now, I mean, they're like $700-800 a battery kind of thing, and I won't have to have as many amp hours as what I have now if I do that, because you can run them down a lot lower than I can on my lead acids.
Speaking of playing with batteries, you know you can hook 9 volts together and positive to negative and chain them up. I chained like 1,000 volts worth of those together once to make a Jacob's ladder, and it melted the wire.
Oh wow.
It was bad. It's fun to play with though. This battery scared the hell out of me.
Would Lance suggest wrapping the rear cap on an MC9 instead of repainting it? Wraps are really getting affordable too, so for a lot of people I think it would be. And they even have, like, for silver sides, I even considered at one point just getting them to wrap it, because they have like a chrome wrap that they can do that I've seen on cars. Just have them do that over the aluminum on it. I think that would look really cool. I just don't know how well it would stick with the things on there.
You have to clean it first.
So Battleborns have a 10-year warranty. Yeah, that's a company that we're looking at too. The cable shifter the air shifter is a much easier install. You don't have to run all that cabling, and you don't have that shift tower in your way up there. That's one thing that's nice. The first time he goes to sit in that bus without having that stick shift sticking up between him and the seat, it was always a pain in the butt to sit down in that bus with the gear shifter in there. So now that that's out of there and he's got a little toggle switch for aesthetics and room and stuff like that, it's much better with the air shifter. Did I kick Overbuilt Automotive off the chat? I didn't kick anybody off of chat. So, did you kick anybody off, Kelly?
Not tonight.
No. Why is Lenny called Lenny? Just because he had a brother named Benny, and it was a good name for it. Has the conversion gone? Oh, where did that just go?
It's right there.
Gone as you thought, or has it been a pain in the butt? Our conversion's been fine. Is other than I didn't plan to be on it in the winter. I'd never.
I think he meant the transmission conversion, Dad.
Oh, sorry. No, it's gone as planned. Yeah, everything's fine. There wasn't any big time sucks on it or anything. We just, the drive shaft and all that stuff had to be replaced, and then it didn't come with a couple of parts, so scrounging for parts was kind of a pain. But a lot of that stuff, luckily, I already had. He would have had a hard time finding some of that stuff, or at least right away, or for cheap. The Greyhound logos, they're not more than like 2 feet tall, but they're probably 7 feet long. I have an EPS file of them or whatever to print them out. Somebody's asking me to get the vinyl graphics done on it. Yeah, they're not more than 2 feet though. I know that. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Yeah, we're gonna have a good day tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to get that camera system installed. I would, if I had somebody's asking how long if a bus sit before you get stuck injectors, I would be concerned if it's been more than a year, but usually it's not for 2 or 3 years that it's going to happen. But there are some storage procedures for if you're not going to run it 6 months in the book. But I've seen them sit for 6 months, and I've never had that issue happen.
It's not a lot of buses we find that have been sitting for more than a year and less than 20. There's not a lot in that gap, it seems like.
Yeah, somebody's asking if Lenny had some issues with the propane, and it's all... No, we haven't even looked at the propane furnace. It's not working. Well, it works. Everything on it works like it's supposed to work. The fan kicks on for however long it's supposed to run, and then you hear it click, which is, I assume, when the gas would turn on or when the igniter would heat up, and then you hear it click again for the gas to come on or something, but then nothing happens. No heat comes out and nothing, and the fan stays running for 2 minutes and it shuts off. So
maybe tomorrow I'll tear that apart.
yeah, I assume that it's the flame sensor or the igniter. It's got to be one of those two things is my guess. Because if it was the sail switch, which is the pressure from the air, if that's not on, then it never does the second click, I don't think. So yeah, I don't know what it is. And I'm not even sure where that stuff is on that thing. It's all in a box, and we're going to have to tear it apart to look at it. But I've just been so busy with other stuff.
If you didn't have it built into that box in the wall, I think we would have had it done already.
Probably.
It's just the motivation to move everything out of the way and get it apart.
Yep. Somebody said they were considering lithiums as well. I don't think it needs a special alternator. From what I've seen, you can charge them just like you can. At least the ones I was looking at, they said you could charge them just like a gel battery, is what it said from what I read. But hey, Sage is on here. How's the bus, Sage? I know he lost one of his U-joint caps came off on his way home. He sent us a picture of that yesterday. The bolt sheared right off of it, which we had. That was the one that we had problem. I assume was it the one that we had problems with?
Yeah.
Yeah. It had a previous bolt broken off on the other side of it, and we re-drilled it and tapped it. And he needs a flange for the transmission. So if somebody has that transmission output flange,
probably check with Gene when we're out there.
it's the same one that we just put on Lance's bus. So it's the kind that bolts on, not like the other kind that goes into where it has the seal goes around it and it goes in. It's not like that.
A half mile from Chris's garage. You're in the middle of nowhere. How are you getting this good a phone signal to do this?
Hey, Sage, did the wife like the bus? She was gonna see it for the first time yesterday or today, or I don't know when that was. Was it today?
Either today or yesterday. I don't remember. I don't know what day of the week it is, to be honest with you.
It's the day before Thanksgiving, which is on Thursday. So today's Wednesday.
Okay. He decided to wait and see it in Michigan.
Oh, that's disappointing. I was looking forward to hearing her feedback on that. So somebody is saying the Overbuilt Automotive's comments are not showing up on YouTube. Yeah, okay. I have to look at that on a computer. I can't do any of that on my phone. I don't know how to do that, but if he didn't say anything really nasty to somebody, that's the only reason, if somebody says something really, really mean or something like that. But I haven't blocked anybody in a couple weeks probably, so. Yeah, somebody, fixing it with the Long Brothers. They're working on that 4103 that they're putting a V730 in, and he was just saying that he already ran the shifter cable and all that, which I think Lance has a shifter cable and shift tower for sale if somebody's interested in it. I assume he's going to sell it. But yeah, he got his air shifter for like, what did he say? He said in the video tonight, so $600 or something like that, 500 bucks.
Like 400.
400 bucks, maybe it was 400. That was really cheap, and he had to do a little bit of tinkering on the light panel and all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't anything that was too hard.
Isn't there supposed to be like a control panel that goes up in the front with it?
Yes, but he made all that with those lights. That's what
Yeah.
he did.
So he did. Yeah, his didn't come with that.
The Fixing It with the Long Brothers, if you watch their stuff, they're working on a 4103. They went and had it soda blasted on the exterior of it, and all the soda blast residue, that makes a mess when they do that, but nobody thought about blocking off the air intake vents in the back. So I guess just a whole bunch of that soda stuff went into the air system on there. So when they started the bus and drove it home, it destroyed the engine, the 671 in it, because all that soda stuff was in the air intake and just went through the engine and just dusted it. So I don't know that I would have ever thought of that either, blocking off the air system, but that sucked. So now they had to get a new engine for it too.
Sage had a comment right about where you're at.
I think she'll be excited when you get it running with the, because he can't drive it with a U-joint.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Chris going to try to fix that output flange, or are you just going to try to get a new one, Sage?
I thought Chris was just going to have him look for a new one.
Okay. That's the best thing to do, I think. That's what I would recommend.
Because it's already had repairs attempted on it.
Twice.
Still not holding.
Yeah. How much would an Allison service shifter have been? The servo shifter. I don't know what that's probably just like the, sorry. It's probably just the servo shifter I assume it's electric then, does the same thing the air one. The Stone Bennett is really cool though.
Yeah, they work great. There's no reason really to mess with it. They're
Oh, somebody else said they typed something in all caps and it wouldn't let it go through. So it could be a YouTube issue. I don't know. Somebody sent me a message before saying that their friend said they can't see their comments on my page. And I looked through my blocked people's things and he's not in there. So I have no idea. So I don't know if YouTube just does that or what, but it's not me. Unless somebody is
doing something to deserve getting in trouble.
Yeah, if you say something really racist or sexist or nasty like that, then you'll get blocked.
That,
Yes?
I have to keep unhiding the ones when someone says tranny.
Oh, so Kelly just said if you use the word tranny, it somehow that makes it go.
YouTube flags it immediately.
So she has to unhide it then. So if your comment includes that word, either spell it out or.
Yeah, and that's not even one we have set up. That's something YouTube sets up that we have to approve in live streams.
Yeah, I would definitely not have that word as a bad word because I use that word all the time, but in the context of a transmission, so.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
that might not go through either.
Trans will work. Or did somebody say something else?
I don't know. Someone said something about the Allison one there just being a button pad. I'm assuming it's electric servo.
Well, that's usually how the
Stone
Stone
Bennett.
Bennett is too. It's a little
Yeah.
button pad. It's got an up arrow, a down arrow, and then a little readout that tells you what gear it's in or whatever. That was more money, and he didn't really need that. He could just wire it up the way he did it.
I mean, he only had an hour into, or less than an hour into his light display and his switch that does the same thing.
But he's gonna have another hour when he does it for real, though.
Yeah.
Because it's not staying in the cardboard.
And yeah, I think he said he's a different switch for it because his is now it's a toggle, not a momentary.
Okay, so maybe just do most of your questions in all caps. We got from John Clamshell SB. He's done us some super chats before. Happy Thanksgiving. Do you know who fixes dash clusters? My speedo is off by 5 miles per hour. 2002 Thomas Freightliner. Sometimes there's an adjustment screw on the back of them.
Wait, if it's on a 2002 Freightliner with a 5.9, you can recalibrate those through the computer. There should be a digital signal that picks up your speed sensor, so that can be recalibrated based off of tire size. That's new enough to do it.
Okay.
Should be new enough to do it.
Silly question, but has anyone been adventurous put a Cummins swap in an old bus? I see it all the time in the old flexibles because it's really easy to get them in an old flex because they're small and that's a great economical engine to put in there.
I mean, you can
I've never done it.
Foot-pounds of torque on a 5.9 Cummins, and that's more than most of these Detroits are making.
Yeah, I think I listed it in my community page about a month ago. One of Dave Waxon's buses that was for sale that had a little Cummins in it.
Most of those were gassers too, weren't they?
Yeah. I have not installed that diesel heater yet. It's been pretty nice out here, but by the time we get to Ohio next week, we're definitely going to want either the propane furnace fixed or that diesel heater working. I was going to have Dave help me. Dave Story, the guy that has the home built helicopter that helped us here in Nashville last time, he was going to come out yesterday and help me install that, but he just got too busy with the holiday and family and stuff like that, so he wasn't able to come. So maybe next week he can, if he's free, he can come help me, or we'll try to get it. I'd rather have that 360 camera system installed before, and then we'll try to either get one of the furnaces going.
That's our priorities. Going into cold weather, we'd rather put in cameras than fix the heat.
Oh, is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? I know Kelly bought our tofurkey today. For me, Tyler will be having. What are you having? Oh, you're having turkey sandwich tomorrow. Real turkey, I think.
Yeah. Ow. It's not just because it's Thanksgiving that I'm having a turkey sandwich. It just sounds good.
Yeah, that's a problem that you have with the Stone Bennett. You want to make sure that you always shut it off in neutral. If you leave it in gear and then you have a neutral safety cutout switch that allows you to not start it in gear, and then you have no air pressure when you go to start your bus a few days later, and without air pressure you can't change the gears, so you're in that catch-22 where it won't start because it's not in neutral, but you can't change it to neutral, so you have to get out and actually move it if you're smart enough to know that that's what the problem is. And that is a very common problem with Stone Bennett people, that people shut it off in gear, the air bleeds away, and then you have no way to put it back into neutral before you try to start it, and it won't start if it's not in neutral. It's a very, very common problem. It's not really a big problem, but if you don't know what it is or you understand how it works, then it's a problem.
Just fix it here in the summer.
Yeah, that's probably about what it'd be. That's when I have the time to get to it, is in the summer. Fix it with long words. Thanks for keeping. Hey, and you guys got the Long Bros got quite a project. So if you want to see somebody working on something real hard, watch them, because they're definitely working hard on that bus.
I need to go check their stuff out. I was talking to him on Facebook the other day.
Yeah, I've watched a few of them. They're.
I need to get over there and check them out.
I unfortunately don't have time to watch all of them. They're definitely in deep on that project right now. I don't think the DOT actually has a reg for tire age.
They do.
I don't. Somebody said that before, and then somebody said, "Hey, show me where it says that." I don't think they actually say that, but they do have for like cracking, sidewall cracking,
Yeah.
and tire depth and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think there is. I've always say 6 to 8 years. I go 6 years on steer tires, 8 years on drive tires. That's just me, but I don't know that there is actually a written reg for age of the tire. There's tire condition, but I don't think age specifically is one. But somebody can correct me if I'm wrong and actually post a link to the thing, because I would like to, because that's what somebody said, and then nobody could actually find the actual thing that on something that I was reading, or it was on our forum or something like that. Like a lot of people thought that there was, but they couldn't find an actual reg for it. No champagne when the wheels turned. No, we didn't. Although Lance, you saw he gave the thumbs up. Oh, that was just when it started. He didn't even do that when the wheels went. It'll be nice when it backs out of the driveway and goes down. We'll be excited. It should. I don't anticipate it being any problem. It didn't make any weird noises. He got it from Choo Choo Garage, so I assume that it's going to be a good transmission.
People are already complaining about temporary wiring on my video again.
Oh yeah, well, all the wiring from everything is permanent wiring from the dashboard all the way back to the engine compartment, but from the engine compartment over to the Stone Bennett, he didn't have the wiring with him, so he had like thermostat wire. He just ran that for now, and it's only temporary. He's going to change it. So
yeah, someone already just said it looks like a cobweb mess and a bunch of stuff like that.
yeah, it's no big deal.
Every time I say something has temporary wiring, people act like it's going to be there for 100 years.
Yeah, it's just for us. He can do that next week while we're gone. He can spend all the time he wants wiring it, but we needed to get it up and working, and didn't have time to source everything right for that. And I apologize if I am missing your questions, because
What's your battery at on your phone, by the way?
I don't know. Yeah, if it just cuts out. Oh, you know what? Grab the cord and I can probably plug it in.
Oh, ow, that hurt.
Oh, sorry, man. My back really hurts. He made me torque wheels today.
I made you torque one wheel. One.
Okay, so he made me torque wheel today.
After I did three.
But we had to use Lance's torque wrench, not mine. Mine wasn't clicking for some reason. Sorry, I'm plugging. Hopefully this will work with it plugged in. If it makes some weird noise or something, let me know. I don't want to say right now what I want to say.
You can't find the hole?
I can't find the hole. Okay, I think I found the hole.
Can you pull that on the top of your phone and see if it says it's charging? And you've twisted this.
Sorry. Well, now you're not. Okay.
I was leaning forward.
Sorry.
Jesus, dude.
Gene will help us source the parts for that, so we'll be there for a few days when we do that. The power steering. You don't seem to worry about the shocks. Do they not matter that much in the bus? No, if they're not leaking, I mean, they're just like fluid dampener shocks. So it's basically just a metal plate in there with holes in it, and when the fluid squeezes through the holes, the resistance or whatever, that's so if they haven't leaked the fluid out, what did the holes get bigger or nothing. So anytime somebody has a ratty looking shock, if it hasn't had the fluid out and they want to change it, I change them, and then I show them, we take them off, and they have the exact same dampening resistance as a new one and an old one.
This one only has two anyway.
And mine are expensive
Lever shocks.
lever arm shocks. And there is a definite difference on cold weather, which I never really noticed. When it was 5 degrees outside, that oil in that thing is thick, and I can't believe how stiff it feels.
Silver sides don't have rear shocks at all.
I should watch what I'm saying. That sounds really. That should be censored.
You're gonna get demonetized for talking about your shocks.
Usually it's the other way around. Okay. Torque wrench, 600 pounds. I thought. What's the torque wrench capacity? My torque wrench goes up to 600. Yeah.
I think that's where my 3/4 stops. After that, I have to go to my 1-inch.
Yeah, but Lance's torque wrench is kind of the old school kind with the dial on it. And it's non-ratcheting. so I was having to do it from really weird like normally mine I'd use my foot on it, so I put my weight on it and it's really easy and it doesn't hurt my back at all. But
It was also on the inner studs, which are square drive, so it's not a 6-point socket; it's a 4-point. So
you're
It only works at
90 degrees
90
every
yeah.
time. It was so I was really weird angles and pulling down more than just putting my weight on it, which hurt my back. I'm super sore. And hopefully Tyler's getting a bus. Yes, a Silversides. Which are you gonna name it Brutus? Is that the name of the bus?
I think I'm gonna save that for a scenic.
Say it for a scenic cruiser.
What's that one?
What am I? I'm
The
sorry.
one your finger keeps touching. I was trying to read it. My name is there.
Are you wanting to travel out west? How booked are you? I don't know that you want to go that far.
Until the bus is done, probably not, because if I take my service truck, that means I have
Old
to stay in a
man.
hotel, and that's expensive. I try to keep it within a few states of here for that, but once my bus is done, I really don't care. I'll go anywhere.
The living as a nomad in the bus, which I don't know that we're technically nomads because we still have a home, but the fact that we're only there like 6, 7. How many weeks have we been home this year, Kelly? 4 weeks, maybe.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5
Two
weeks.
of those we were doing an engine rebuild on your
Yeah,
bus.
none of them were vacation. It's not worth really having a house still, so that's why we're going to get rid of the home, and we want to get the property here in Tennessee, so we've got a place for buses and RV hookups and that kind of thing, and be a little bit centrally located, and it's a lot warmer down here than it is.
Yeah, everyone here is all bundled up, wearing jackets and their coats and stuff, and we're wearing short sleeve T-shirts. It's nice outside to us.
I was cold. He's lying. I was cold today.
Okay, you.
No, I wasn't cold today. Yesterday I was cold
Yeah, I was. Yesterday was 5 degrees warmer.
in the morning, and then it rained. Once it started raining, I got really cold.
The only thing cold is the garage floor.
But not nearly as cold as I got in Minnesota. That was crazy cold.
But yeah, Farrah was asking. No, my schedule is not nearly as booked up as Dad's.
But I keep giving him some overflow work, so
It might end up being.
yeah.
If you guys have a bus emergency, I can usually get to it quicker than Dad.
He didn't. Lance's speedometer is either driven off of the front wheel. It's not driven off his transmission. His old transmission, that wasn't working. So I'm not sure how his speedometer works. It's probably off the front wheel.
You probably should read those questions before you start answering, because people watching this later aren't going to understand.
I'm sorry. He said, "Where's the speed pickup on the new transmission? Will that be an issue?" So we're not. He's not picking up his speed input off of the transmission. I think Silversides are the best buses, anyways. By the way,
I think it's in the top 5, maybe the top 3. But have you seen a scenic cruiser and have you seen an MC6?
yes, I like both of those buses too. I just think that
If I get the scenic cruiser, do you want to get the MC6?
I would be very tempted with an MC6. I wouldn't ever get rid of Lenny, but I think having an MC6 would be really cool.
Here's the question though: would you convert it, or would you leave it as seated coach, or put it back to seated status if it wasn't currently
If it was a
seated?
seated coach, there is zero chance I would tear it apart and do a
Yeah, I'm
conversion.
well
on it.
aware of that.
But I probably wouldn't buy it because unless it was going to go to the scrapper or something, I wouldn't buy it. But I would never tear a seated coach apart to do a conversion.
I would buy an MC6 if it was seated just to have an MC6. Do a restoration on it, get it like Tom's scenic cruiser.
Remember my scenic cruiser finger that Tyler did?
That's what it looked like. You hit your finger with a hammer just right. It looks like a scenic cruiser.
That hurts so bad. I can't believe I didn't break it or anything. North Carolina should be warm when we're there. The warmer. I don't think it really gets cold there every once in a while, but it shouldn't be too bad. Wish Tyler had time to come look at my ambulance. Won't build boost. Maintain speed on grades.
Where is it at?
I think he's in North Carolina, right?
I don't know.
Michigan, Don, or is that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in North Carolina.
I don't know. I can look at an ambulance at some point. Right now, this whole trip has got us booked solid till Christmas. Then from Christmas to New Year's, I'm probably not doing anything. I'm going to take a couple days off. And then, unless my schedule changes, if we come home with the bus, probably around the first of the year, I'm going to start insulating and build out of the walls. Stuff like that.
So this guy's asking, what does it cost to maintain a bus after restoration? I'm sure it's dependent on mileage. I was looking for a ballpark. It depends on if you can do the maintenance yourself. That's if
Yeah.
you buy a bus and you're totally dependent on other people to keep it maintained for you, it's going to be a lot of money. That's why I try to. That's actually why I started posting videos, was to help people understand how to do that stuff themselves. But there's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done. Wheel bearings, especially if they're grease bearings, you gotta
If you have
grease.
manual slack adjusters,
You have to continually do that. A lot of people buy buses and don't really go very far in them or drive them very much at all, and then they suffer from lack of sitting, lack of use. Excuse me, lack of use issues and stuff too. So I can't give you a number as far as what it would cost, but I think you would probably budget maybe like $5,000 a year. Would probably be pretty good. And then that's why I like hound people about watching your gauges and stuff like that, so you don't cook the engine. And it's really easy to destroy an engine just from the lack of inattention while you're driving. It is not like a car at all. The first time you drive it, you'll be like, oh, I didn't realize there was. You could drive down the same road that you've been driving your car for 10 years, and all of a sudden you're going to realize that there's hills on that road that you never even realized because your car didn't even sweat at it, and your bus will. I don't want to get onto my little platform on that, but
by the way, if you ever want to learn how to drive a bus, we can teach you.
Yeah.
But you got to listen.
you got to listen to us. But I'm really excited about this camera system. We'll talk about it some more. I don't know if you weren't here from the beginning. We're going to install this tomorrow. This REI 3D 360 camera system. It shows like a aerial bird's eye view of the bus. So if you're turning or you're parking or backing in somewhere, just to have that 360 camera view, you're not going to hit a car or
Let me
scrape the
grab
side of your bus.
Installation instructions real quick.
And the cameras are super small. It's not going to destroy the look of the bus to have 4 of these mounted on there. I already have a rear view camera, which is actually bigger than this, that I'm going to get rid of because this will do that all. It's got infrared, everything on it. It's a really sweet system. I can't wait. That's our install tomorrow.
I'm trying to find the pictures in here where it shows like a sample of what it looks like.
I got to scroll back to find where the questions were. No federal law on tires. The tire manufacturers recommend 6 years. Okay. Yeah. See, people always say that there is like a thing that I'm like, well, just show it to me. Is this going to work?
I hope so. So that's kind of how it looks. So it like does renderings for when you're turning to show the sides of the bus.
Can you see it or not? I assume you can see it. That's really cool though, right? I mean, for $2,000, I mean, the first time you scrape up the side of your bus on something, especially a vintage bus, you're going to cost a lot more than that. So now that invisible concrete pole that when you're pulling in the gas pump, and sometimes they got poles that stick out a little further, or when you're going through the drive-through, just you don't want to hit anything. But I'm always backing up on my 2 feet and my 5 feet, and you can't see something, or does somebody walk out or something too. And the view changes when you turn. It always shows you that 360 bird's eye view, and then the right side shows something else. So, but if you hit your left turn signal, your right turn signal, it shows you a close-up of the area where you're turning and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to doing the install on that tomorrow. I cannot wait to get that in there. REI makes really cool professional grade electronic components and stuff like that for buses. A lot of bus companies use them, things like that. So
A lot of them use them from the manufacturer OE. You can order it that way.
yeah, it's like, I want to say it was $1,700 for that, but I know it's under 2,000 for sure. I don't know the exact. Would somebody have a question?
No, I was trying to. Oh, we need.
Did I just do that for real?
Yes.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know that worked either. We're trying to both scroll at the same time. I was trying to. Somebody said something about a person's name, so I was trying to go see what they commented. It'll be fine.
I don't know how far back I have to go for comments to find out where we were at there, because I got you want to take care of the scroll here and figure this out, and I'll continue talking.
Okay.
Oh, I think that's where we were at. That is where we were at. But so, anyways, yeah, REI. I'm really I can't wait to put that on. And we'll do a whole video of the install, the calibration process, which seems kind of complicated. It's many pages in the book. But we went through with one of the engineers today from REI, and It's all pretty self-explanatory, and you just lay out these targets at very specific points and angles and measurements, and it 3D stitches the images together because it's a fisheye lens, so it's curved, so it needs to make it straight. So you got to put these targets out that tell the computer to make it go straight, and I'm just really looking forward to that. Did you have questions on
Well, I
that?
saw someone asking if either of us have rebuilt a transmission for a bus. I think they said I don't remember if they said manual or automatic. Have you rebuilt any of them?
No, I just replace them. I take them apart, and they're always really bad. And the parts for the inside are either not easy to find, or it's just cheaper to find a used one to swing in. That's always the cheaper option. That guy that I just worked with in Minnesota. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Totally mad. Was it Bob? Is his name Bob? His name was Bob. He rebuilt transmissions. He used to work for a diesel shop up there and had worked on he had a 4104 he worked with us several days up there in Minnesota, and he's got a whole stand and everything like that too, and he can rebuild them. He rebuilt his Spicer 4-speed, and
I'd like to be able to rebuild it. I've rebuilt a lot of car and truck automatic and manual transmissions. I've done some big truck transmissions. Just never gotten to do a bus V-drive one.
yeah, I'm more of
The
a
parts availability is usually the problem.
well, it's usually like the bevel gears or something like that, and those things just are not. You can't just call up Luke and say I need the bevel gears. There is nobody makes those. I believe nobody makes them. Somebody on here will probably tell me now that they are available, but somebody had a set that was new from someplace, and they wanted like $1,900 for this was last year when I was working on it, or 2 years ago I was working on a 4106. $1,900 for a set of bevel gears that they had, but we got them a transmission for $400 out of another bus that was perfectly fine. So
Is that the one that's sat in your shop forever?
yes, yeah, that we took for scrap.
What's the green light that comes on your dash?
That's my turn signal. As an indicator to let me know if my turn signal's on. I did see that Stu got his engine back, but I haven't been able to watch any of his videos. Man, I've been so busy with everything.
Tomorrow I'll catch up on YouTube.
And then I started watching Camo Dave's stuff. If you don't know Camo Dave, if you're into Nomad stuff at all, he kind of keeps you updated on what's going on in a bunch of the different Nomad channels and stuff like that. So I'm into some of the RV stuff, not a ton of it, but obviously my life is living in a bus. So a little shout out to Camo Dave. He's referred a few people to me too. So
You live in your bus and you vacation at your home.
that is what I do. I live in my bus and I vacation at home. I got to sell the house. I need to sell the house. My daughter's getting married next year, so as soon as the wedding's done, I think the house will be gone right after that.
And then coming down here.
We'll definitely be here in Tennessee. Plus, we'll be closer to Lance, too. That'll be good. But the last time I moved to be by friends, when we moved to Avon, we had a very, very good friend from high school that we were very, very close with. He was in our wedding, we were in their wedding, and that kind of stuff. But the week that we moved to Avon, they filed for divorce and then both moved away. So then we had moved to a town that we knew absolutely nobody. That was, I don't know why I just said that, but
Way to go, Dad.
if I missed your questions, I'm not scrolling back a lot. Just type it again for me. I'm sorry.
Someone's asking where they could purchase the REI system.
You can purchase the REI system from REI. Is there a phone number on that installation thing? I think maybe. I would pull up my email and give it to you, but I can't.
Yes.
Sales number is right on the front.
I hope that's not backwards.
Oh gosh. 800-228-9275, and I'm assuming that they're closed right now, and they're going to be closed tomorrow.
Tell them Bus Grease Monkey sent you, though.
Yes, tell them that.
Because we have another bus, and I'd like a 3D camera
Tyler
system.
wants one.
Easier to put in when there's no walls.
Oh man, though they've been great to work with. These are people that we met at BusCon.
We talked with them for quite a while. They're really nice people.
Yeah, Jay is our sales guy, but I don't know if he's if he's got certain. You probably don't necessarily want to call there and ask for Jay. That might
Or
be.
you do. You never know.
I know you can't buy it just directly on their website. You have to call them to order it, especially because it is a complicated thing.
They will want to run you through installation and stuff like that.
They have an install kit on it that comes with all the targets and the cones, and we got that. It just
They also did say though, if you set up a bus and target it, that you can upload the calibration, and as long as the next person puts the cameras in the same positions, they don't have to go through the calibration process. You should be able to upload their calibration.
yeah. Or if you had like a fleet of buses that were all the same model,
Yeah.
you could just calibrate one and then save your calibration and upload that calibration to the other buses, and then you wouldn't have to do the calibration process on it. So in that case, you're just installing it by mounting 4 cameras and running some wiring.
So hopefully, as of tomorrow, we'll have a Silverside calibration ready.
Yeah, which there's electronic triggers and things that hook onto it. Like I don't have reverse lights on my bus. There's no beeper or anything like that. But I do have the reverse button. I have to push a solenoid in the back, and that'll be my trigger to go into reverse. And then you can set the duration that once you go into reverse, how long the reverse camera shows on there. Like I said, it always shows the 360 view on the left, and then what's on the right could be something else. So I'll have reverse if I turn left or turn right. You'll be able to choose those things.
Do you want me to wire reverse lights up for you?
No, I don't. No, especially now I have a camera.
It doesn't help at night. Oh wait, it does because it's not.
It's infrared. Yeah.
Never
good.
mind.
How have we've been over an hour already, so we should probably think about finishing up because people got like holiday stuff to do and family members. They don't want to be just hanging
No,
out.
we're encouraging them to be antisocial. They have all day tomorrow to talk to them.
I saw like a Facebook thing that somebody posted like a picture of cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation, and it said something like when you're the cousin or when you realize that you're the cousin Eddie of your family, and I realized that I am the cousin Eddie of the family, and I just got a pair. Sage gave me a pair of shoes that were on his bus. They're like white, total white, like dress shoes. It's so cousin Eddie. I can't. I was gonna wear them when I did the dump the other day on the bus. Well, anything modern now has, somebody's asking, do only transit buses have the reverse sounder? I think every bus has that now because it's a safety feature. But
Even big, like Ford, if you order an F450 or an F550, they all come standard with them.
yeah, every bus has that now. Every modern vehicle has that now. Probably too many lawsuits and stuff like that. But in 1947, they didn't even have backup lights and they had nothing.
My 58 didn't have backup lights until I put them on there.
Yeah, I had backup lights on Benny that I put on Benny, and I never used them, and they were a pain in the butt. And sometimes I would leave them on accident. Like if I left it parked in reverse, I didn't have it with a key switch thing, so it would do that.
Oh, yeah, that does suck.
Fixing it with the Long Brothers. Would love to get your guys' input on parts I need to order to get our engine started. When we get ready for one, both of you to come here and get it started. Or other things. Just to start the rebuild on it. Is that what he's asking?
I don't know.
I didn't. It's hard for me to figure out where they're at in that project because a lot of the stuff that they show is like old stuff that they show pictures of and then talk about it. So I'm not really sure where they're even at with the project. So maybe I've missed the one that says what's going on.
One of them's already been messaging me on Facebook. If you want to message me exactly where you are and what you're looking at doing, I can put you in the direction of where you need for parts and where to source them. At least where we source ours through. At least for common parts for rebuilds. If you need hard parts, I can also help you find those. It just takes a little bit more searching.
So JD was asking if anybody found me the circle stoplights. Yeah, I got a message from Jason and why did I just draw John? John, yes. That they're reproducing all that stuff. They have a website up to, I don't remember it right now. It's something to do with 3751 something. But when it comes time, I'll mention it. And I don't know that they're up and selling them all, but they're going to reproduce all those lights and everything off of the Silversides, all the rubber moldings, the window moldings, rubber for everything. So all that stuff. I can't remember what they shared it on the Bus Grease Monkey forum. They did share that website address on there. I just don't remember what it is. Sage might remember what it is. He could shout it out
Do you
here.
remember what the post it was under?
No, I don't.
Is it recent? Because I haven't on the forum in a couple days.
I don't remember. It was a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Sorry, tell me size of injectors, if it's a 4-valve and size of the liner ports. Like it's really complicated. There's a whole lot of different injectors that you can use. Mine, I put the larger ports because my block will allow them. And then we use N70s. And I don't really smoke black smoke. I don't roll coal at all.
I'm kind of surprised that you don't with N70s. on a standard timed bus.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too. 3751.com. Is that what it is, Sage?
I'll go to it and see what happens. Worst case, my phone gets
Yeah.
Gatorades again.
I told you I knew it was 3751 something.
Damn it.
Oh, jeez.
I'm working on it. My phone's being slow.
All right. I don't know what I'm supposed to be reading. It's really hard for me to scroll.
I don't think it's 3751.com.
Oh, no, it's definitely not that.
And now I have phone aids again.
Yeah, phone aids. Thanks, Sage. Yeah, it's something else, Sage. It's a variation of that. 3751 parts, maybe?
That's what I'm looking for.
Just go to the URL.
I'm gonna go back to the bus grease buggy forum and find the post.
It's been a while ago.
Would it be on the PD 3751 stuff? Maybe.
I don't think it was. I think it was. They mentioned it in somebody else's thing.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I mean, we basically live in our bus full time. You mostly work on Detroit diesels. How do Cummins compare to them? I don't know anything about Cummins. I don't work on them at all. I only work on. He works on everything. I don't.
If it wasn't a, well, so I like Detroit for the bigger stuff up until the end of the 60 series. I don't like the new DD like 15s all that much. When it comes to newer stuff, I'd rather work on the ISX Cummins over like a DD15 or a DD13. But
See, I don't like anything that has a computer on it.
you're gonna
And
get
then-
past that one. Okay, so
No, if it has a computer on it and it takes DEF, I really don't like it and don't even want to look at it.
okay, so yeah, I agree with you on that. But what's amazing, once you know what you're looking at on computer-controlled systems, you cut out so much of your diag just by what system is reporting an issue. You know exactly where to go to start your diagnosis.
I just look at the tailpipe and listen to it run.
Yeah,
PD3751.com.
that might not give my. Let's see what that does to my phone.
That might not give you a virus. Sage says, sorry. Knew somebody would figure it out.
That is the website for Silverside bus parts.
There you go. Okay.
Don't go to 3751.com. It looks really sketchy.
Uh-oh. Was somebody being bad, Kelly?
I took care of it.
Okay. Thank you.
It's even got a picture of the bus at Blytheville.
Yes. If you've never looked at his bus
Yeah,
before,
it says online store coming soon.
okay, yeah, so they don't have the parts up there for sale yet, but they are going to. So if you have a Silversides, rest assured, all that stuff is coming soon. It's everything that had reproduced for when Mark did his bus, and then they bought everything, the molds and the rights and all that to do that. So at least I believe that's just my guessing, but because John bought that bus off of, it is John, right? Isn't it John?
I'm
almost
mostly
positive. God, if
sure.
it's not, I feel horrible. He bought Mark Renner's old bus, that Silverside. So that Silverside's project. If you search that on Facebook, you'll see the most outrageous. We showed his tour of his bus at Blytheville, but the actual build of it was done at Paradise Coach, I think is where it was at. And you don't even want to know how much money went into that. I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars, many hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Gene Russell built the D-Deck turbo motor to go in that. They built it and mocked it up in a completely different Silversides to then put it in his bus when it was done, ready, and all the problems were worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cheap to build an engine and mock it up in a completely different bus.
Yeah, so Boomer had all that stuff. Boomer is Mark. He had all that stuff reproduced for his bus, and then these guys are going to make that available for sale for everybody else.
Someone was saying right there that the first gen Dodge Rams that ran the Cummins like in '89, it was literally like one wire.
That's cool.
Why you have one wire for the shutdown? Other than that, it's just a starter, completely mechanical 12 valve.
That's great. That's the kind of shit I love.
Good, because I need a first gen Dodge and I'm looking for an excuse to buy one, so I'm just gonna buy one and drop it off at your house. I want to have every generation of Ram.
When I get my property in Tennessee,
I can start parking trucks at your house when I
can-
run out of room.
well,
No.
I was just gonna say she just said we can't have. So what we'll do is we'll buy the property next door, too, for you, and then
I'll park all the trucks over there.
Put up a big fence.
she said she's putting up a big fence.
Mom's building a fence so she doesn't have to see all my cars.
Hopefully, we'll have a lot of trees where you won't see it, and then in the wintertime, make them pine trees. So they don't lose the leaves.
I'll put a pile of snow up.
Oh gosh,
We'll get you a first gen Cummins Ram.
we're
Built up.
stupid. We're so stupid.
No, we're not. We're geniuses. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do this. Like, he needs every generation of MC buses from MCI. I need every generation of Ram.
So two others are saying, why can they not see my posts? I can see your posts. If you've said other stuff, I haven't seen it, but I have no idea. Or I'm just skipping them, but not on purpose. If they're not in caps, that's the thing.
Someone asked if I'm excited to be getting a silver side instead of a scenic. Are you? I think you mean, are you excited to get a silver sides and eventually a scenic?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I've come close.
Silver Sides is a great starter bus. They're a great size.
I'm probably a lot less likely to back it into something.
They're just so much more affordable too. The tires and having
Yeah.
that tag axle, it's more maintenance, more work. The raised aisles, the
So-
conversion is very difficult to deal with.
Knowing
They're beautiful buses.
knowing me and the stuff I would do, I feel like I'd buy a Scenic Cruiser, and in week one, I'd pull the Spicer out of it and start swapping like a 10-speed or an 18-speed in it, and would spend a fortune on the trans swap, and they can't afford the rest of the project,
That's exactly what would happen.
and giving it way too much power.
No, you forgot about the stereo. You would put a stereo in it with big, ridiculous speakers, and then you would run out of money.
Well, I have an 18-inch sub in your house still that I haven't got when I moved over a year ago. That's going in something. The surround sound on the bus will be amazing.
I don't know where I'm reading at. I'm sorry if I'm terrible at scrolling and reading. I have old man eyes. Put Christmas lights on Tyler's bus for mom. Yeah, what snow days? Sometimes they get snow down here, and then everything shuts down too because people don't know how to drive in snow. We were in Atlanta one year, driving through Atlanta, and they got 1 inch of snow, and people literally parked their cars on the expressway, just got out and walked home.
I rode
Left
my
them.
motorcycle in an inch of snow.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be reading.
Yeah, I guess we
How
can't
about
build
can I put
snowbanks.
you in charge of reading the questions?
No, I can't read.
I'm tired of
I went to public schools.
holding my arm up there.
Well, people are saying that we're awesome. We do good videos. Thank you.
They're lying.
Yes, we are in the silver side right now. We're on the couch.
Yes, the couch, aka Tyler's bed.
Yeah. Wait, what?
See, it's so hard. It just people type too much. So, is it too much to ask? Keep your questions to 5 words or less.
You can't ask a good question in 5 words or less.
Air brakes better than hydraulic ones.
Oh yes.
Well, when you get into big stuff, yes, air brakes are. But there's another project I want to do. I want to convert something to air disc brakes.
There's a lot of buses that have that.
Yeah, I'd like to do the conversion on it. I've never actually got to work on air disc brakes before. I know how they work, just never got to work on them.
What part of Ohio are we visiting next week? We are going to be in.
Ask mom. Just ask her. She knows.
Kelly, do you remember the name of the town we were just in?
Is it Wheelers?
Wheelersburg area. On. I don't remember the road.
Go back. All right. So someone asked if Detroit's are common rail injection. Kind of.
That's a yes and no question. Yeah, not like what you
it's
know.
not a high pressure common rail like this. They do use a common fuel rail through the head.
Yeah. and then each individual injector is pumped by the rocker arm. So it's basically a Windex squirt bottle on each one.
Yeah,
when
unless
the
you're talking about
rocker-
a new one. The new ones are common rail. Like,
Yeah, sorry,
anything
dude,
after the 60 series.
I'm only talking about mechanical two strokes.
60 series are 4-stroke mechanical,
And-
almost the same.
Yeah, they're like 75 psi pressure for the fuel pressure in there.
Low pressure common rail.
I mean, considering it's 1930s technology, they were
Yeah.
way ahead of the game.
So, what was the name of the company before it was Detroit Diesel? Because GM bought them during the war, I thought. Because weren't they based in like Iowa or something like that?
Yeah, and the guy, I can't remember the guy's name that invented it.
Because Sage's bus wouldn't have actually been a Detroit because it was pre-war.
That's correct.
It would have been whatever that other name was.
Yeah, and then Gray Marine had the marine side of it too. So sometimes you'll see a Gray Marine label on stuff.
What does their logo look like? Can I get that added to my arm?
Dan's 4104 that we rebuilt had a Gray Marine engine block in his 4104. So look up the history of
Yeah, if any of you guys know the name of the company before it was Detroit Diesel, please remind me because I can't remember now.
I know the guy's name that invented it. It was on the top of my head and I can't think of it. And that people always referred to it as that engine.
Damn. Gray Marine does not have a logo, so I can't put it to my arm.
Oh man, I think we should probably finish up. I'm tired. Your old man is tired. I got called an old man the other day for the first time at Chris's shop. Did I tell you the story?
No. Was it Chris?
No. It was the other. Not Grammy, but the other guy that works for him there.
Oh, we just call him Junior.
Junior. Yeah, I was laying under the bus and he ate lunch and he came back with some food and he was trying to give it to Chris. Chris didn't want it. He said, "Hey, old man, do you want some of this?" And I was like, "What the?" He just called me old man. I've never been called an old man in my life until that very moment. So that was, I'm sure that's first of many, many times to come. But yeah, that was that one hurt deep. I suppose that's like being. I think that's worse than somebody calling like my wife ma'am or something like that. Which, to me, ma'am is just. I would use that term sometimes and not mean it as old person, but
Ma'am.
I won't call you ma'am. All right, are we gonna finish? Are we done? Can we be done?
Sure.
They don't want to suffer through any more of this. I am 47 years old, by the way. That is now old man. That is just my eyes are old man eyes. So. Sage was saying but they bought it from somebody. It was called. I don't know. We'll research the history of the.
I'm actually trying to do it on my phone right now as we're doing this. It was explained to us by a subscriber over dinner and beer, but I think I was more paying attention to beer than dinner.
Yeah, somebody just said that I'm young at heart, and that I'm young at everything because Kelly refers to me as a man child, and I kind of embrace that.
She gave you fruit snacks today.
She cuts my food for me. I'm complicated. Oh man. Yeah, but see, Yellow Bus bought the design from somebody else. They didn't actually design it. I don't think they hired the designer to do it. Maybe they did. Obviously, we knew that Yellow Bus had it first. Yeah, maybe there's something else. I don't know. We won't be in South Carolina. We'll just be in North Carolina. And yeah, if anybody wants to come by and help us out on those jobs, we'll just follow us online and we'll let you know where we're at, where we're going to be. So we'll be here in Franklin for another few days. We're going to be working on finishing up Lance's bus, then doing our stuff tomorrow. Lance's bus on Friday a little bit, probably. Hopefully test drive on Friday, and then we're working on Bill's bus Friday, that Eagle with the slides. And then we have a couple days to work on our bus here for some stuff before we go to that Cracker Box. So
I'm really looking forward to that one.
thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing. Our subscriber count is awesome right now, by the way. I don't know. You can see, I can't see what we're at right now, but we're like 67,000, I think, right at it, real close to it. Considering we only hit 60,000 like a week ago, we've had like 10,000 some subscribers in the last 66.8 somebody just said.
Yep.
It was like 890 or something when I looked earlier, so it'll be 66.9 any minute probably.
I mean, I'm up 500 in like 3 days.
Yeah, so we're up like 10,000 subscribers in the last 30 days. So that's an astonishing number, I think.
I jumped 1,000 last week just working on Sage's buff.
Definitely excited about that, the growth of the channel, and hopefully we'll continue to grow and keep going. If you get a chance to share our channel with some of your friends or something, we'd appreciate it. I know not a lot of people watch our live stuff. Some people refuse to watch the live, but it's just a way for us to communicate and answer some questions and tell you about upcoming projects and stuff that we got going on. That REI camera, we're really looking forward to installing that tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be fun.
So, all right. Hey, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving. We appreciate you watching, and thanks again for subscribing. Good night.
Right.